Newbee's turn to ban. Team ban.
Welcome back to the Perfect World Masters 2017. The upper bracket final is well underway. 2 games down. Third game just around the corner. Quick apology for you as well. Sorry for the extended delay there in getting back into Game 3. The organisers here just wanted to make sure that the power in the 2 booths was absolutely tip-top for both teams. No repeat of any power issues. So that seems to be fixed. All good and well in both booths, and all good and well here on the desk because we've got Cap and Blitz here to take you through draft number 3.
Yes, together we are 100% on our prediction rate.
Not wrong.
Just depending on who you go with.
Yeah. I think Will mentioned something about some sort of scrubbing of history records for Game 2 or something. I can't remember.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
He was 100%
5 seconds remaining.
until that game.
It happens. They banned Tide, though. Good decision. That hero's insane right now.
Yeah.
Yep, get rid of that.
Probably one of KP's best heroes as well.
Yeah.
So, good combination. Shadow Demon also being banned from NewB. Got to get those eye drops in.
Newbee's turn to ban.
Make sure you have clear eye.
They don't ban the Earth Spirit this time. So they take Clockwork out.
Someone's going to gift that where a single tear rolls down the side of his cheek.
Do you think
Omni ban again?
10 seconds remaining.
does that mean NewB get Earth Spirit?
They can't, or
Has to be an Omni
5
ban here,
seconds
surely.
remaining.
they can take Ogre again. I mean, they've taken Ogre 2 games in a row.
Otherwise, they take
Dire
Laser
team
Omni
pick.
open, don't they? So now Vici are going to have to take one of them, right? They're going to have to take the Omni or the Razor, otherwise NewBee do open with it.
The Omni is the ones that's being banned, and I do think it's the more OP hero, but Razor does counter Omni.
Yeah, so if you take the Razor first, does NewBee still take
10
Omni?
No,
seconds
but if they
remaining.
take they take neither Vici, then NewBee take those 2 cores.
Yeah,
5
sure.
seconds
Who knows, though? They
remaining.
might actually... Vici might just swerve on us.
Yeah.
And take, like...
Newbee's turn to pick.
Winter
Yeah, they
It's a
take
bait.
Wyvern.
It's a bait.
You don't know, though. It's not, like,
Here we go.
guaranteed that NewBee takes that. They could take, like, Ogre Earth Spirit or Ogre Puck again.
Where we find out value.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
You broke it again. I'm gonna take it away from you. You have some, like,
Stop.
weird...
5
Stop breaking the
seconds.
Marana.
Dire
It's,
team
it's
pick.
people like you that
Here we
make
go.
fidget spinners a thing.
Here we go.
Omni
Here we go.
Razor. Okay, so
The obvious dual opener.
the
from
thing
NewBee.
was that when this was picked, the team thought that it was too strong. You
Yeah.
couldn't counter it. Vici Gaming obviously think that they do have a counter for it. Winter Wyvern, now the Death Prophet.
10 seconds remaining.
That's weird. It's like, I think if you
5
take the
seconds
Razor there,
remaining.
you can force that decision making, but they must have a better idea against it. Although if you lose against it, then it's pretty embarrassing, because then you could have saved yourself a lot of time by just taking the Razor and putting them in like a weird position where it's like either you give that up or you play against it.
Or you ban one of them.
Yeah,
Lonums.
they've been banning Omni like every game.
Yeah.
Themselves, but instead they take it. It's just
Dire team
it's
ban.
I don't know.
He's either going to look like a mastermind or a fool at
Yeah.
the end of this series.
I mean, that's how it always works when you play against these like combos that are considered very good, because you're not certain how things work. But you have to be one of the few teams that like a lot of teams have to take chances, right? You can't just like say that this is an OP combo, nothing
10
can beat it, because
seconds
something always
remaining.
gets touched in
Yeah,
Dota.
no, it'll get figured out, I'm sure.
But you have to take those few. You have to be a
Newbee's
pioneer
turn to
first,
ban.
Paul.
Sure.
Somebody has to tank a few of the
Look,
losses.
if it gets them to the grand final, they won't care about that.
Yeah, of
They
course.
won't care that it gets banned out in 5 games out of 5 against them in the grand final.
Yeah, of course. It did its job, right? It got
Yeah.
you a win.
And it got them through the LFY game too.
Exactly.
a lot of the carriers are
10
not good
seconds remaining.
that are popular right now against this combination. So Gyrocopter's not really
5
good.
seconds remaining.
I mean,
Tiny,
they've-
Tiny's also pretty bad versus this as well.
You'd imagine that Vici have a plan for this.
Yeah, for sure. Just not sure what it is. Chaos Knight is good versus Razor, bad versus Omni, or not great versus Omni.
Dire team ban.
Maybe they're going to draft like a Phantom Lancer or something.
They ban AA themselves. I don't know. PL is like a weird hero.
He doesn't feel like a game winner, that's for sure.
Yeah, it just feels like this hero, when you get 2 items, you feel okay. When you get 3 items, you feel okay. When you get 5 items, the enemy team has 5 items.
And
So
you
5
feel...
seconds
Yeah.
remaining. Turn to pick.
You pretty much just have to run over people. Well, they banned the Monkey King, so maybe it is the Chaos Knight.
it's been one of the better ideas against it. Same with the Brewmaster. Like maybe they could take like Brew CK and just run at them.
Yeah. Take the Razor out of the fight with a
Dire team
Cyclone.
pick.
Purge off the ultimate of Omni
Yeah.
Knight.
So instead of the Earth Spirit, this time it's the SK. And they respond with Slardar Wyvern again. They don't want. I guess they didn't want DP banned in 2. So the options that we thought of still open though. Brew and
10 seconds remaining.
it's annoying laning phase though.
5 seconds.
But there's like
remaining.
no offlaner I think that really enjoys playing against Razor. Maybe you take like NP and just like right click him with Treants. Maybe that's the answer. They seem pretty confident right now though,
Dire team
Newbee.
pick.
Disruptor.
The Raptor man. It's nice against Wyvern. It's like one of the few heroes that feels like you do something. It's a very aggressive lineup too. I think with like Razor Omni, the downside of this lineup, Paul, is that you don't have a lot of catch
Newbees turn to bat.
because your Omni Knight has like 0 catch, right? He's your offlaner that doesn't have a stun equipped to him. So instead of just picking a Sand King, because Sand King is not like a straight initiator in that sense, like because you eventually want to get out so you can charge your ulti and stuff like
10
that.
seconds
So you need other
remaining.
ways to start a fight. Like you need multiple ways to start a fight, and that's why Disruptor,
5
instead of picking like a
seconds
hard
remaining.
lockdown, you pick something like this that can just start fights with
And
disruption.
In turn, it's interesting how Vici Gaming value this Brewmaster so highly
Yeah.
for their lineup. I think they were pretty much locked into the Brewmaster before they even saw the picks, because Disruptor is quite good versus Brewmaster. From a laning phase aspect, Thunderstrike is okay, but the bigger aspect being that you have an AoE control
Yeah,
against the Brew. It makes his initiation, if he blinks in, he has to almost instantly pop ult. You can't go for the clap and then ulti, because Static Storm is instant.
but I do like.
Dire team
I think
ban.
Brewmaster is one of the better ways to deal with him, which is why they ended up banning him. And Razor is the other hero that, or Morphling is one of the other heroes that people seem to think does well against Razor. Although I think both times I've seen it, it's lost.
Yeah.
That doesn't correlate 100%. But so our
10
next suggestion was
seconds
what, like
remaining.
CK?
He said Chaos Knight.
5 seconds remaining.
Um,
Slock.
Dire team pick.
Weaver's banned.
They banned Slark.
Oh, the best.
Vici banned Slark. So for Vici, I'm still okay with the CK. I think you just take a BKB core. What else is there?
Like in
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'd be okay with. I think it's still CK.
What about Lena?
for Newbee.
Hmm.
VG Gaming already have their mid.
For Newbee.
Yeah, they do some sort of like safe lane Razor and then mid
Yeah.
Lena against a Death Prophet.
I think you take like more, just like you take like Gyro or CK.
Yeah, I think you.
I'd even be okay with Veno.
Veno
Yeah, take the Venom man. Take the
Mm.
Banana Mancer.
and just go with this like ball lineup that pushes into you.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'd be okay with.
He ignores Razor and his static link shenanigans.
Bueno Mancer. I'd be okay with Weaver too.
No, Weaver was banned. I thought about that one.
JK.
I think Weaver's pretty good versus Razor.
Yeah, I go with one of those two. I'd be okay with Veno, CK, and if you want like a really wild pick, what was the other one we listed? Oh, Gyro. But I think Gyro has less
Gyro's pretty
utility here.
wild against Razor plus
laning
Omni
phase here is
too.
really
That would
rough.
be that would be pretty sad and a lot. You'd have to snowball real hard.
CK then.
Yeah, I think it's almost no doubt in my mind. It's like similar to the Terrorblade in that it's kind of an illusion pushing high ground hero. Really good versus Razor.
With this for old Dota, you could take AM here and feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not. Don't be the next team that loses with anti-mage Vici.
I was about to say maybe that's what they're talking about. They're like, but maybe this is the anti-mage Lone Druid. Okay. Not sure about Lone Druid against Razor, but it's okay, right?
Yeah, it'd be like an excellent Slark game now for Newbee. Fortunately, they don't have that
10
option.
seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
They got deuced.
They've been deuced.
Oh. So you go Omni Razor with a Medusa. Ouch. Final draft analysis, boys. Work that one out.
You can go
They
first.
threw
Austin.
me for a twist on this. I'm not sure if it's the be-all end-all of Juicy games.
Is the Razor Omni combo too ready? Or are you convinced that Vici
But
can
I
overcome
also, I don't know, Lone Druids have been pretty slow. Like, the way I look at Vici Gaming's lineup is that they want to be able to
10
ball up
seconds
and
remaining.
just blow over on Newbee. And I'm not sure if Lone Druid really gives you that power. The rest of the team does. So I'm okay with their, like, if it was just their first four, I would have actually taken Vici Gaming. Not sure about their last pick. I'm going to go with Dusa. Honestly, it's just going to be, it's the difference between the two. I think Dusa is a more successful hero right now.
Right. Okay, Newbie for him. And for you?
I think Newbee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A general agreement between the two analysts doesn't happen very often, so we'll take it when we can. They believe it's time for Newbee to go through to the grand final. Vici, of course, have it all to do in this game number 3. Let's head back to the arena with your commentary team.
All right, a spot to the grand finals on the line and guaranteeing top 2 here, of course, of the Perfect World Masters. Once again, I'm Breaky CB, joined by Lacoste. We got game number 3 now. And we have our draft, an interesting finish to that draft there.
I wouldn't call that interesting. Somehow they managed to sneak Medusa in as the last pick.
Okay.
Usually we see Medusa being banned, not the flashiest hero to watch nor play.
But there's good reason why it's picked
yeah, but
up.
the win percentage on Medusa should be pretty high.
Yeah.
Same goes for Tide, Omni Knight as well. I mean, that's a lot of late game with the Medusa, Razor, and Omni Knight.
Mm-hmm.
It could go well for Vici if they just get the momentum, get the free farm on Lone Druid, pressure the towers with Deep. It's gonna be on Young 11's shoulders once again on that panda, which he shines on mostly. So he will need to control the Omni Knight in those fights. So the Blink Dagger on him will be crucial. The timing, whether it's gonna be 10 or 15-minute mark, we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's no doubt going to be a big key for Vici Gaming's success there, as you're pointing out with the Brewmaster. But again, you look at Newbee's lineup, they got their very comfortable Omni Knight Razor combination. We heard the panel talking about even going into this series. This being game number 3 now, they managed to get their hands on it. On the other side, though, Paparazzi going to be playing the Lone Druid as the final pick here. Let's hold that thought, though, because Link, I should say, coming on the Young 11, so he'll be fine. I think a leash with the Lone Druid, but going to go for the Bounty Rune here, and it's actually going to be picked up by the Omni Knight. So 3-for-1 in favor of Newbee, but back to the Lone Druid. Is this a good LT game? How do you feel about it this time?
Should be okay. They need that one super late game scaling hero. I wonder what the build is going to be. Probably Radiance, so Medusa and Razor. The miss percentage chance from the Radiance is going to be good this game.
Yeah. So is there any question in your mind that this is going to be a bear build on the Lone Druid?
Yeah, I would suppose so.
Yeah. He's going to be at the top lane up there, matched up against Omni Knight. As we see, Sand King is rotating over, so could get a little tougher for him. But really, for the first time in the series, it also seems like our middle matchup is just a true 1-versus-1. Death Prophet versus the Medusa. Leaning towards either one. Do you think Death Prophet maybe should have a good time here or what?
Should be okay. that Prophet hero that can't be really ganked, especially with the Sanking. He needs to be in your face. If she just uses Spirit Siphon, I mean, she's already using that harass CCNC.
First blood, that's going to be happening. KP picks it up right there. Oh, the stun of the Burl Strike. Landon was rotating over, but obviously couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, that's the nice way to start a fight, not showing Kaka where he is. And what they wanted to do is just give Paparazzi a kind of free matchup, free lane, so he can get a lot of levels, but it kind of backfired.
That it did. Does have a massive creep wave pushing right here, so Paparazzi ideally going to get some experience, but it ends up being now a 2 versus 2 at the top lane with this aggressive run at you idea. Again, Omni Knight with that Dejanara. Obviously good for that, and you got the Burl Strike stun on top of it. So 2-minute rune going to be spawning. The bounty runes, it seems like they might be contesting, them being Sand King and the Slaughter. Who's going to pick it up? They're really clashing. Couple more seconds, there's the crush, and it'll be picked up by Slaughter actually. Out of him. So actually Kaka does need to be a little bit careful. He does have a Burl Strike, so he's kind of manning up here. He's going to go in for the Burl Strike and then run away. That'll be the end of it. Both fours, not afraid to be fighting one another.
And both have stuns, so Permeshka uses it first. Gets the rune.
Yeah. And there's the bottom lane. Haven't really touched on that just yet, but of course Razor is down there in favor of Newbee, matched up against the off-lane Brewmaster at this point. So Razor 7-2 links up on old 11. Young 11 once again. Faith just going to assist with a couple of auto attacks, but not really looking for the kill, just more so looking for more damage.
They know Brewmaster's Blink Dagger timing is crucial, so that's why they want to help Brewmaster early on. Class is ready.
Yeah, you saw those misses coming out from Mookie. They were trying to turn on the Wind Wyvern. Now Mookie's the one that could be in some trouble, actually. Doesn't have the link up for another 7 seconds. His Purge activates right there, and he will ultimately be able to run away. Faith now also going to be run down. The Splinter Blast doing some damage, but not enough. So nice, nice response, though, from Vici Gaming at the bottom.
We're having some mic issues. Interesting build on Omni Knight on top lane. Bottle being picked up by Omni.
Yeah, that's not often we see that, but with the bounty runes.
Maybe we'll see. KP played Omni Knight a couple of times. He went for super greedy build, Midas, with the GPM talent going for Radiance. That didn't end up well. So maybe he knows he needs to change things a little bit. That could be the option.
Different pace here. Still good in the phase boots. Be queued up, of course, allowing him to run after you a lot more effectively with that Dejanara. But yeah, bottom lane Brewmaster, again, using or activating the miss chance on Razor right there as they're looking to turn on Winter Wyvern using that Drunken Haze.
Yeah, the cores on Newbee's side at one point will probably be forced to go for MKBs. And the Drunken Haze, Drunken Brawler plus Radiance build on Lone Druid. I mean, he can still switch it up on Lone Druid. Druid depends how the game goes for him. If the game doesn't go well, you can switch to a range build.
Yeah. Definitely a series that's run its distance right here between two great teams, of course, going at it. We expected a fun one at the very least, and we've most certainly gotten it now. And this being game 3 of our best of 3. Again, a chance to get to the grand finals on the line, which will happen tomorrow in a best of 5. No advantage by any means, other than you just get to rest the rest of today, and obviously look forward to seeing who you then play when it comes tomorrow. So our next matchup will be, though, Complexity versus LFY. In the losers bracket down there, the loser of this, then playing the winner of that to finish off our day here. What's been quite the event, actually. This is, what, day 4 technically here of the main event portion. Then we had the group stages before, so really about a week-long event.
Yeah, it's going to be a 7-day event in total. In my opinion, this is the best format that we could ask for.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of teams and the players love it.
Would agree with that for sure. SCCC, middle lane again, taking the harassment of the Spirit Siphon. Well, we're just going to sit on top of him, but there's the Mana Shield. Well, going to be taken off, but... Oh, top lane, Paparazzi trying to run away yet again. Lanham comes in for the crush. Now KP has to be careful, actually taking some tower damage. And the bear assisting a bit as well, but KP, that Dejanara, slowing down the bear. Paparazzi can't get a range of him, however. So he'll be good, but that's what Omni Knight offlane does, though, right? He just runs at you. It's hard to deal with it.
Yeah, that's why he's one of the top picks right now. He might actually go down with that Slaughter. Okay, DP coming out from Winter Wyvern. I don't think they have enough to actually get a kill there.
Yeah, using the Arctic Burn, which is a little bit longer of a cooldown as well, but could not get close enough. So they fall back. And speaking of falling back, Lone Druid going all the way back to base, at least on himself. He picks up a bounty rune with the bear, so still being useful, despite being back in base.
Panda's getting some good levels on the bottom, almost level 4. Once he hits that level 6, if he can't do anything on a lane, kill the Razor, which he probably can't. Maybe if he decides to focus on support, he should just try to focus on other lanes, get some kills.
It seems like Vici Gaming definitely has a lineup for that where, you know, you hit level 6, you want to try to make something happen. Not only the Primal Split, but Exorcism, of course, on Death Prophet. So we'll see kind of how the tempo of this game looks for Vici Gaming in these next couple of minutes, really. If you're Death Prophet, though, do you think, I mean, you just want to try to cast Exorcism and push middle tower right away, safe to say?
Yeah, but you're playing against Medusa, who's pretty static, doesn't want to leave the lane at all, and is really good against the deep push and 5 manning.
Spot him. Well, Young 11 gonna barely stay alive, but he gets glimpsed back the other direction. Almost had a chance to escape, it felt like, but it wasn't enough. And
oh,
taken out by Razor.
Mistake there by Brew. He didn't skill the Drunken Brawler until he was dead.
Okay.
So if he skilled it, well, maybe he was saving it for the plays. So the first hit actually misses. He could have gone for that play and actually survived, had a flask as well.
Well, and the Ennie is going to be back up now and coming back into the lane, of course, but still a kill successful for Newbee. Harassment at the top lane. Lone Druid, despite being ran at quite a bit, he is 23-6. I mean, he's doing very well when it comes to last hitting here. Paparazzi, I guess we shouldn't be too surprised.
It's 2 units against 1.
Technically, yes. That helps, and obviously you throw Slaughter in there as well, who's pretty much been up here since the beginning of the game. Although that 6-minute bounty rune is going to be taken away by Omni Knight.
Well, that's a cool build with Omni. You can contest those bounty runes, and now they're even closer to each other. So you get 2 pretty much. You didn't get the second one though, but still.
It's very interesting that he went the bottle though. Again, the idea of controlling runes is nice, but no Soul Ring, at least just yet. Soul Ring should feel so good on this hero. Yeah,
it does because of that extra 6 strength, and it gives you damage as well. Feels like a natural build into Omni Knight. He might go for that build as well with the bottle still. I guess he wanted to be more active early on with that bottle, just pressure the Lone Druid.
Yeah. Ooh, Lanham trying to guess with the crush right there as the Sandstorm was used by Sand King, but ends up missing. They're really killing the spare, aren't they? But it's a tough target to kill, and Paparazzi will actually just summon a new one, bring it back to full life.
Yeah, in the laning stage, it feels so worthless to actually try to kill a bear. The first rotation coming out from Ori.
Yeah.
She knows she can't pressure that mid lane I was talking about against the Medusa. I wonder if they're gonna just go and try to take a tower. Omni Knight has no mana whatsoever, so this might be the fall of tier 1 tower.
Well, it's interesting that you were just suggesting that as they were attempting to kill the bear over and over again. They are going to try to kill Slaughter right here, but this could come at a cost now for Sand King at least. So you have Omni Knight and Medusa now TPing in, realizing that they have to defend, so the Exorcism pull back from Death Prophet off to the side, though. They will eventually catch Slaughter. That is 4 heroes ultimately here.
Yeah, all those rotations forced from Vici Gaming, so Newbee needs to move on a mid lane. Winter Wyvern got some levels, and on the bottom lane, Panda knows he can play aggressive because he just saw Disruptor and the rest TPing top, so he's gonna hit level 6 pretty soon.
But going back to what we saw at the top lane there before that tower push inevitably happened, we're going to get the Savage Roar to Sand King, trying to run him down. But yeah, they spent a lot of time trying to kill that bear is what I'm getting at. And
yeah, that's, as I mentioned, not really effective, especially when you know he has another one.
Yeah.
Trying to trade hits with a bear is so useless.
Feels pretty bad, man, so... Yeah, and Paparazzi again spawns the new one, so it won't have it for a little bit longer, but again, as long as he keeps this one alive, it'll be good. But so I guess that's where you can argue, now that they know he doesn't have a cooldown, granted it's up in 20 seconds, so even if they manage to just dive this bear and kill it, it's like, oh, well, they just summon a new one, so... Yeah, you want to be careful, over committing to
Slaughter with a smoke on a bottom lane. They need to be careful, though. Static Link, 150 damage stolen.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, so it's... Gonna be on a little bit longer. Mookie, he knows something's up, pops the Eye of the Storm even, and The unstable current actually slowing down Slaughter as he's just about to hit that stun, so no follow-up to be had. Top lane, we're definitely seeing a dive right here. Paparazzi, Lone Druid, going to be heavily dove on. Kinetic field locking him into place, but now Ori's here, but he gets glimpsed back towards where he came from. I believe that was in the middle lane, and Paparazzi forced to fight him for himself right here. Even linking up the bear, stealing all that damage. They kill the bear on top of that, so Lone Druid's still alive. He has another summon, but he needs to be careful because if he summons and then dies, that could be bad.
Yak is being pinged out.
I know he's in the area. He's still running. You can see the camera following Paparazzi. He's going to pick up a TP, actually. And Lone Druid will make the escape in the end. So great escape on his part. And again, good job being patient as far as not summoning another bear right away. So he'll regen and be fine.
A lot of time wasted from Newbee's side.
That and yeah, it's almost like the glimpse back onto Ori right there. I don't want to say it helped Vici Gaming, but the fact that they didn't even kill the Lone Druid and he was just able to go back and just continue farming.
Well, that's why Disruptor is a good hero. You can dive aggressively. If they're not there with support beeping in, you can just glimpse one back.
Yeah.
And outnumber them.
Yules will ideally help against that though, as Death Prophet, of course, going for it. Pretty natural build on the hero. What about something like, you know, we saw in previous games of Storm Spirit, the first game it was, Kaya's a popular item on specific, Storm Spirit comes to mind. Death Prophet, one of these intelligence cores, is that ever an item you could see though on the hero?
Just for the spam out,
yeah.
There's always a better choice. I mean, you can almost buy the full Yule Scepter and combined with ulti, they just go on you. Yule Scepter yourself, get in the air, buy some extra time, and they're focused by the exorcism, so it's always going to be a better choice.
Yeah. Bottom lane, Winter Wyvern trying to run, trying to avoid right here. Oh, Young 11's going to help with that. Sand King ends up going down, so nice find there. That's over a response, and there's the Primal Split actually going to chase after SCCC, who decided to come in on the Medusa. Mana Shield is up. You see the Storm Brutal actually going after Omni Knight. Not going to throw him in the air just yet. The Static Storm coming out from Disruptor, trying to help again SCCC to stay alive. The Mana Shield activated once again. Ori though, the suck on top of it will finish off the job. Moogie, now the unstable current helps to finish off Winter Wyvern in return, but Moogie's in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. He's in a horrible spot. Savage Warrior waiting on Omni Knight is going into heal. KP, he has a heal. That's all he has though. Not much Mana Mars to work with. He had a Guardian Angel. He could never find the time to use it though. So a 3-for-1 in favor of Vici Gaming. Great control on their part, just fighting in those trees. Clearly worked to their advantage.
Yeah, this is the first Panda split plus DP ulti. They have an army which you can't really focus. You have this super tanky bear in front lines, 2.5k HP, ghosts and Panda split. It's gonna be really hard for Newbee to fight into that. Also, Death Prophet got almost 2,000 gold from that fight, maybe a little bit less, 2,000 in total, 1k from that fight, 2 kills plus the tower. Also, Lone Druid has Midas up, Panda's getting close to his Blink Dagger, just 100 gold away. So with the next split, they can just pressure the mid tower as well, and even the top one, which is pretty low, half HP.
The fact that Vici Gaming won such an important fight before they've gotten these key items is, I think, that the biggest point to make there. So, yeah, the Yules is now going to be finished on Death Prophet as another fight breaks out. I'm sure it just needs that Void Stone left before that's going to be finished. Omni Knight rotating back towards the top lane. Again, he wasn't able to use that Guardian Angel last fight, which is no doubt going to be a great tool in general to get off, but I really think it's good because of the trees where they were fighting. It constantly caused issue as far as a hero like Omni Knight trying to help his teammates right there get in position. So again, great take from Vici. Drums is the first choice from Razor. Has full 6 charges to go on it, as Landham's going to be glimpsed back. But what do you think of the Drums idea?
That's the early item. Want to tank up a little bit, have that extra movement speed to work with the static link and the unstable current, and they're gonna need to focus on those early items because Vici will have to fight. I mean, they want to fight. Blink Dagger is ready, Primal Split ready as well, DP ulti 15 seconds. They can pressure either tier 1 on mid, or maybe just try to force a fight on tier 2 tower on bottom. Medusa still doesn't have ulti up, she just got a level, yeah. Mask of Madness, which will increase her farming.
Newbee wants to keep the Radiance in check right here. They're smoked up in the top jungle. Paparazzi, he saw the Sand King though. Those are in the area, has support coming in, and Newbee has to fall back. Yeah, they got spotted, simply put. There's a ward up there as well, I see. Slaughter the front lines. No blinks just yet. Obviously not that strong of initiation, but they do got a clip. Static Storm, and they're going to pull and land him. Could not get the crunch off because of the Static Storm. That Shrine Pop barely keep alive. It's going to keep alive at the end. And now here comes a turn in favor of the Tire side. Out comes the Guardian Angel. The split is up from the Brewmaster. The Exorcism from the side. The Ori puts the Siphon onto Disruptor. Throws him in the air as well with the Storm Brutally. They do lose Slaughter. Omni Knight goes down to 1-for-1 so far. Moogie in the run. Not going to be enough. Crypt Storm finishes him off. And the rundown is real from Ori. Meanwhile, the Entangle hits Kaka. He gets a Burrow Strike up. No TP, however, just delaying time before death here. A double kill for Paparazzi. How the hell did Slaughter survive for so long is the craziest thing there.
They popped the Shrine. Huge mistake there by Newbee. They had a vision on top of the Shrine, but they came from the other side, which helped them a lot. And I mean, even if they killed Slaughter, he doesn't deal that much of a damage anyway in fights.
And it's fighting at the Shrine, that's the biggest key. And then on top of that, not having Medusa. That was the only hero that was not there in that fight between either side.
Yeah, even with Medusa being there, I don't think they could actually take the fight. The Vici Gaming now with Exorcism level 2 and Panda Split, I don't think they can take the fight.
Yeah.
You can just disrupt one, and it's pretty impossible to fight into Exorcism.
And I think, you go ahead.
And that was the fight where DP had Arcane Rune, so Exorcism's gonna be up once again in 60 seconds.
They do finish off Slaughter right there, so this time it works out, but obviously a much safer kill, as they happen to find him roaming through their jungle. I was going to say that we also saw at the end of the replay, and the point I meant to make earlier is that Death Prophet, you know, pretty good against Razor in the sense that she doesn't care about getting linked up. You know, she's not looking to auto-attack you necessarily. Obviously, you still get the damage stolen if you're Razor, but she's relying on that Exorcism and Crypt Swarm.
HP, that's more important.
That's a very good point. So she'll get the Siphon right back on top of you, and she's going to win that battle, it feels like, every time almost. So Savator gets out of the Sandstorm. Kaka, can he actually escape from this? There's a silence as well from Death Prophet, but not going to be enough for the chase. That's something else that you always have to keep in mind with the Death Prophet is the silence now. And I believe it gets up to 6 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, for level 4, it is 6 seconds. They just need to buy a little bit more time for Lone Druid to get the Sacred Relic. He has enough gold to buy it after the tower. So we're looking at 18-19 minute Radiance, which with a Midas, which is
so.
No, it's really good.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's the time you want to fight. Does he have a chicken? Oh,
they don't have a follow-up
just gonna TP out. What up? Well, at least they got a bear.
Get some bounty there, the 300 plus gold.
The wrong one, though.
Summons a new one. Good to go once again. So you mentioned that Sacred Relic going to be online now. And just a matter of having enough for the pattern after the fact. Soul Ring is eventually purchased by Omni Knight, so he does go back to that, where we mentioned that earlier. He has he went drums himself, actually. We didn't really talk about that. We mentioned Razor picking up the drums earlier.
Well, it's a pretty popular build on Omni Knight, just to give him that extra move speed so he can chase, run away with the phase boots. They're
going Razor, aren't they? They want to kill that hero, but actually Brewmaster decides to fall back. And Primal split up after the fact, so... Yeah, he thunderclapped earlier. I don't know if his blink got initially disabled or something, or if he just simply misclicked, but... Kaka, Sandstorm. Is he going to be able to follow this up? Burrow Strike is ready, stuns it down, and Brewmaster right as he comes back together. Perfect timing. Winter's Curse saving it for the time being, though. The backlash Medusa beating his own teammate. Omni Knight will manage to survive another glimpse back, and this time, he blinks away again. Young 11 is too quick. Finally, they're going to finish the job. The glimpse after glimpse trying so hard to actually kill him right there. But ultimately, they do. It just took forever, man.
They didn't lose too much there. Slaughter was farming on bottom lane, getting close to that Blink Dagger, and once the Radiance kicks in, with the next Panda ulti, they'll just try to force fights, because they feel like they're so much stronger, even though the advantage is on the side of Newbee. Medusa building it into Lincoln Sphere, good choice, because Panda can't dual scepter you, just blink in and dual scepter. He will need to probably choose the Omni Knight, which is natural choice.
True.
Yeah, but it also works good against the Winter's Curse and the Corrosive Haze. So timing on the Blink Daggers for position 4 is pretty much the same. Sanking has one.
There you go.
And Water also has one.
Yep. Blink's coming out. Meanwhile, though, Vici smoking into the Roshan pit. They do have Slaughter, so corrosive phase applied. And with that exorcism, they're fully committing to this. Now they scan out the Radiant team in the ancient area, but I don't know if NewBee really even knows that this is good. Yeah, they're going to scan themselves. They don't actually see anything with it initially, and that means Roshan is easily killed, or he picks up the Aegis here on a death prop. So nice deal, and there's the Radiance picked up on the Spearfair now for Vici Gaming. So this seems like a pretty good timing. Wait for another exorcism perhaps, and then try to make more with this now.
Yeah, they have late game as well. I mean, they have a Lone Druid, DP, Winter Wyvern. Panda also went for a Midas build, which will secure him the late game with the level 2 Primal Split.
Yeah.
Cooldown goes down for 20 seconds.
Brewmaster kind of having fun with them here at the top lane. He's actually going with the Thunderclap. I don't think this was a kill necessarily. Maybe Kasada's coming in as well with the Epicenter. Well, Kaka, he split up right as he went in, though, with the Epicenter. And now they're going to lock down Sankey. They purge him down, and Kaka, he'll be the victim when it's all said and done. So I guess that's better than Razor, but...
Yeah, they know Epi is down, so they can't defend the tier 2 tower on the bottom. They can just easily pressure it. No Exorcism, though.
True.
On top, though.
How much longer for that? About a minute?
Minute? Okay, they don't.
And for the Exorcism.
Okay, Arcane Rune. He wants to save it up for later, if possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two Chinese teams facing each other. They're not gonna risk anything too much. Okay, so Fenrir is just camping the rune until DP's ulti comes close, so they can use it.
Want to time this out right here, yeah. Right long enough, doing the math. Be able to activate the Exorcism when it's just about to wear off. We got Hannah Midas picked up by the Omni Knight. So mentioning that earlier, KP going back to it. Top lane though, as you say that.
Yeah, that's gonna backfire.
Easy kill. Rip, Hannah Midas on cool or off cooldown.
I think the better choice for Omni Knight, okay, that didn't go for Midas. What?
Did he not?
No,
I thought he purchased it.
Yeah, I was about to mention the Force Staff or Solar Crest against all the physical damage from Slaughter, DP, Lone Druid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Exorcism is up.
Hannah Midas is on the courier right there, so yeah. Anyways, Razor, there you go. Ags is finished for Razor now. Get that delivered. So drums and Ags. I mean, this is a very objective-based build here. As far as grouping up as a team, pushing towers. Then I had a Storm that much more powerful now, but this is not a Razor that's going to be the most threatening when it comes to his right click, you know, being that carry necessarily. But obviously you have Medusa
Usually
for that.
you build up Aghanim Scepter when you're lacking Siege for your own team. Maybe a BKB would have been a better choice because of the miss from the Radiance. Also, Panda can't use Yule on you. The miss chance from Drunken Haze as well. Or maybe what he wants to play is a split push game. Just try to be on another side, dodge the fights until Medusa gets some items.
They're going to smoke right here and then grouped up in the area. There's that Hannah Midas on Omni Knight. Yeah, Lan M, Blink. Oh, they're going to get the jump right here, it looks like. There they go for Omni Knight's the key target. Can they break it out fast enough? Stone Gate's helping. Grimstorm hits, but Omni Knight going to stay alive for now. Medusa just beating down Slaughter. They also catch the Brewmaster. Cold Embrace will save him initially, but the Burrow Strike will finish the job. So, great response from NewBee this time, and now it's Vici Gaming's turn to run, as they will.
Yeah, a bit too deep from a Vici Gaming side. They're giving away a lot of gold. Also nice reaction there from Disruptor. Panda needs to reconsider what he needs to do, whether just Blink and Primal Split, because if Disruptor gets a good reaction like this time, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, or just build towards BKB. He has Vlad queued up, but Spirit Bear already has one.
Ooh, that's a good point, yeah. Don't know if that's something you want to necessarily be doing.
Nope.
The drum's not as big of a deal. We're talking about that earlier, but Vlad's is definitely not an RA you want to be stacking here. So yeah, BKB seems like it naturally could be a good item choice for him. He has his own Hannah Midas currently off cooldown. Lone Druid pushing out bottom lane. Meanwhile, Dragonlance just finished on Medusa, was in the stash, so that's going to be delivered. The Hurricane Pike's going to be completed as a result. Bottom lane, they are smoking in though. That Hurricane Pike could come into play pretty quickly if he goes back to the bottom.
once Medusa gets to level 20, she's gonna be pretty unkillable with the extra 800 mana plus Omni Knight sitting behind her, plus a 4 staff of her own. Pretty hard to take down. I mean, they don't have any mana burn heroes inside of Vici anyways. Aegis just ran out.
Yeah, and you're not building Diffusal really on any of these heroes. I mean, Lone Druid would be the only candidate maybe, but doesn't feel like you're doing that. So
Now, the ways to deal with Medusa if you don't have any mana burn is just to go with the minus armor, which they have from Slaughter. AC as well is going to come up with the Lone Druid at one point.
Using the minus armor to try to take out Mugi at the top lane. Sand King is coming over as well, so Vici Gaming got to be careful about overcommitting to a chase here. And it seems like they will be careful about it, but he's just so damn fast. Hard to keep up, especially with the drum spot. So good escape from Mugi. And it seems like, yeah, this Axe is doing some work. I mean, he was pushing our bottom tower early. He didn't actually kill it in the end, but that split push idea.
Yeah, they just need to buy more time for Medusa to come online. She built all those early game items, even finished the Pike, which is not a common choice. And it's good, especially if you have play against heroes like a Clockwork. I mean, she can save the allies as well. But she wants to be ready to fight. If they just go all in on Vici's side and win a team fight, they can easily just finish the game from there. With the Lone Druid, the auras they have, the amount of damage coming out from Exorcism to the buildings.
Protect the Medusa.
Yeah, BKB is ready on DP, 10-second BKB, some extra armor from Plate Mail. Getting really close to level 17. Now she is. So the extra ghosts, plus 8 ghosts, that means a lot.
Yeah.
If she hits level 18.
And then you got the Shivas, on top of that, so extra tanky. Rotating into the jungle once again, it's Vici Gaming using that smoke, tanking. Gonna be pushed out middle, will they maybe wrap around back to him? Could be an option. Yes, indeed, they're gonna go for it. And that should be a kill. The 4 staff not gonna save him. Double damage spawns right there. With Lone Druid perhaps, so I guess not even on him wouldn't necessarily be the best, so. The Brewmaster. Yeah, they don't really have the greatest double damage hero, do they? That of Vici Gaming.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they can take down the tier 2 tower. It's so hard to push into Medusa. There she is, level 20, 800 mana, sitting on 2k mana pool. What up?
Pretty damn tanky, the plus 800 there.
Yeah, Vici does not want to commit too hard for this push because Roche may respawn pretty soon. So if they lose a fight here, they can lose Roche as well.
Oh, nice 4 staff away. Thunderclap missed, but maybe it did hit. But anyways, he splits up with the Primal Split and now going to try to push the tower. You see the Storm Brewling does end up lifting up Medusa. It'll be a long lift, and they'll get the easy tower kill. Fall back. So being very safe with this Winter Wyvern. The Witch's Curse in the back lines actually does end up catching one on Omni Knight, but not enough beat down to finish him off.
They can't take this fight.
Wyvern alive. Landon wants to take it. Catches the couple. Static Storm throwing down. Does get Brewmaster. He's already used Primal Split, remember. Coming back together. BKB activated by Ori. The Exorcism doing some damage, but SCCC standing his ground pretty well. The Guardian Angel also helping. And now we see Ori throwing himself in the air. It's just going to delay the inevitable for him. The Bear, meanwhile, it's going to be killed off. Paparazzi's TPing out, and he does not have another Bear, by the way, as that is going to be on cooldown now.
I have no idea what they were thinking there. They were on the high ground, had a vision, Panda ulti already used, Winter Wyvern ulti used, and Roche may respawn, so NewBee is just gonna take the Roche. That's what I mentioned before the team fight, that they should not try to engage there and take a big fight.
That really seemed like an odd choice, but honestly, that was on we don't know for sure what their communication, but Lan was the one that went in. He's
yeah, Lan plus Brewmaster committed with the ulti. So it's gonna be Cheese Medusa, I suppose.
Yeah, very likely, and then the Aegis on Razor, we'd guess. Nope, that's the other way. Aegis on Medusa, and the Cheese on
I think
Razor.
the better choice would be to go the other way around.
You, yeah.
I mean, it gives her full mana as well, and she's really not being contested. Medusa is not the one who's being focused.
Definitely with you there, but either way, it's still both obviously very good. that they do have it as we approach now 29 minutes. So yeah, Vici Gaming overextending a little bit, and now they're down 3,000 net worth. So Newbee, they're the ones that are starting to take control. You do see that quite the uphill right there as far as the net worth graph goes. Their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, it's 3K net worth for Newbee, but it doesn't feel like Vici can take a fight anymore.
Yeah.
Once the Guardian Angel is up, the DP ulti doesn't deal damage. It's a physical damage. So there's so much to focus on the side of Vici. They need to somehow control the Omni Knight, which they don't have too much besides the Panda split, and they need to not focus Medusa. Like, they need to Euler with the Panda as well.
And it just doesn't seem like the Bear's the scariest this game either. From Lone Druid, I mean, the Link obviously great against him. Medusa doesn't really seem to care too much either. So yeah, as this game progresses on, or now about 30 minutes in, you kind of see that point hitting of where Newbee is becoming the scarier threat now.
Yeah, it feels like the Bear against Medusa, it's just another unit for the split shot.
Yeah. The most overall concern, as you see, that was Cock up there at the top lane on Sand King and gets away. Shiva's is finished on Death Prophet, so a nice item to have, but it's not really an offensive item necessarily, although AC is to an extent. They also have now.
So Panda with a BKB, he can actually blink clap if he can find the disruptor. Maybe try to force Omni Knight to cast some spells on him. Ooh.
Gonna get the Bear? No. Like, get out of there. But as you're mentioning, Brewmaster, needing him to have the great initiation, really. That's what it comes down to. But that BKB especially should help. Fuels on Sand King coming along, though. AC for Razor is almost there, too. 2,800 gold saved up. Gonna respond with one of their own now. Forward here. So Newbee, now a 5,000 net worth. It's a slow and steady climb for them, and they still haven't even got the bottom tier 1 finally do right there, but just even more gold to swing in their favor. So Vici Gaming, I mean, they're going to try to push out the top lane, but remember, as far as like taking a fight too, Newbee still has the Aegis and the cheese. In fact, Mugi, or Medusa I should say, is actually going to pour it back to the base and push out a little bit at least.
Well, if Vici, Vici does not want to take a fight right now because of the cheese and Aegis, so they could just try to split push a little bit. They have a good ways to deal with it. With the Lone Druid, who's gonna go for Aghanim Scepter, BP ulti as well. Panda can also split push a lot.
Bottom, they're going in epicenter. Not gonna be nearly enough damage though.
What is that?
Bold attempt from Kaka is what that was. The crush hits, and that was, hey guys, look at me. Huh? I'm a Pubble star. No, I don't know what the deal with that was. It's like, I was looking on the mini-map, wait, is there somebody else there? No, it's just Sand King, okay. He was trying to make some big plays, but that backfired big time.
Error 404, obvious reason not found.
You mentioned Lone Druid going the Axe himself. That's a very interesting idea. Of course, if he dies, the Bear still is useful.
Yeah, but it removes the range from which Bear can attack. So he can just split push with Hero being in the base.
So that's more of the idea.
Yeah, just split push, avoid the fights. Scotty finished on Medusa, getting close to that level 25. Split shot uses modifiers. That's going to help a lot against the Brewmaster split. Let me just check. Brewmaster has a Nullifier queued up.
Ooh.
So this is one of the items that I like the most, besides the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
So you can't pop a BKB, you can't pike yourself, pretty much you're just gonna stand in place, especially is good against the BKB carriers.
That's what I think. It's not even necessarily the purge itself or getting off buffs or whatever, which is obviously still good, but it's the silencing of the items that really is what makes it a good item to pick up eventually. So as you're suggesting right there, yeah, not one we get to see too often. It has a very clunky build up, again being the Sacred Relic involved, but it'll be also some decent damage for the Brewmaster, who can start hitting pretty hard with that Drunken Brawler passive.
He just says, I don't want to go that. I'm going for Heaven's Halberd.
He gave us points to discuss at least. But.
Yeah. Well, Heaven's Halberd also one of the items he can pop the Lincolns on Medusa with.
True.
There's not too many spells they can pop the Lincolns on her though.
Yeah. So a little bit of help there, and also worst case if it ends up disarming Medusa, not too bad either.
Also, one of the strongest things in Dota right now is when Panda hits level 25. If he goes on level 20 for that extra HP for Panda units and minus 65 split.
Were you
cooldown.
casting that game with me?
Nah.
Okay.
Ice was playing it, right?
Yeah.
It was 5 seconds downtime.
It was
with
in the group
Octarine
stages
core.
there, yeah. It was insane. They literally, the other team that they were playing, I forget what it was at the time, but they could not even do anything. He would just send in the 2 rulings, keep the 1 back, and they just rinse and repeat. So.
I don't think that's gonna be so good here because of the Medusa and her being able to cut it down, those units, slow down. I mean, plus a split shot, she deals a lot of damage to those.
Yeah. Could have a fight here. Been a while, it feels like. Only 12-12 game, 35 minutes in, so very passive game. Again, this being game 3, a chance to go to the finals on the line here for the Perfect World Masters. No fight. Ori will push out the middle instead, and more farm to come. But you gotta think, I mean, I understand why both sides want to keep farming, but it seems like it's just gonna keep favoring more and more Newbee. Especially with that Medusa. Razor's definitely starting to take advantage of the farm now.
Yeah, but think about it this way. If they get 6 slotted first, they can't build any items more, and you have Lone Druid who can build 12.
That's very true. The very, very late game is there. Obviously, a third Roshan is, of course, on the menu, too. Refresher Shard.
Oh, the Refresher Shard on that Prophet.
Yeah.
Even the double Winter Wyvern ulti sounds good, but
double Guardian Angel. I mean, both sides have very good abilities for it.
Double Sandstorm. Wow.
Some may say that's one of the best ever, yeah.
Yeah, Roche may respawn in 30 seconds, so the bottom lane is getting pushed a lot from that Lone Druid. He does not want to risk it. Medusa will have to invest pretty soon in BOTs to deal with that split push.
She is level 25,
yeah, she
by
just
the way.
bought it.
So you see right there the attack modifier split. As a result of being level 25, top lane, nope, just farming. Nope, maybe not. Kaka going in, Epicenter. This time he has plenty of teammates up for him, but land out with a quick reaction. However, it might be all for naught. Looked pretty, but still going to be the end of him. Just a matter of time. Moogie will take credit for the kill.
And meanwhile, Spirit Bear just sitting on the bottom. Medusa, they just saw Medusa using BOTs to TP top. So Lone Druid can maybe take some damage on that tower.
Oh. Forced to react to the BKB. That's obviously a good choice on his part, else he's going way back. Down 11 also jumps in now. Disruptor, he's being beat down. Bro, stuck in the backline. Sits Winter Wyvern. They do take out the Brewmaster, actually. And so do they, the Winter Wyvern. That damage.
Yeah, but the bottom lane, they just use a glyph, and that's it.
Tier 3 tower being beat down. Omni Knight finally comes in. So does Cock on the Sand King. Ori, can he somehow get it? They have a stopper? I don't believe so. Oh, yes, they do. Gets Glimpse back, actually. They had the range. The Glimpse range is absolutely absurd. They're going to finish off Ori as a result. And he is dead also with no buyback. So sure, Lone Druid just putting the pressure on that tier 3 tower, but he loses 4 teammates in the process. Don't think that's what you're looking for. Your Vici
Seems like another miscommunication by Vici. They were trying to split push on the bottom, and the rest decided to take a fight. The premature pop BKB from DP. They couldn't take the fight there. I mean, and the Slaughter was dead.
It was premature, but at the same time, she had to because it was the glimpse. It was like, but they were sticking around close enough for the glimpse to even hit. Yeah, it was a very clunky fight for Vici, but obviously great job by NewBee capitalizing on it. The league continues to grow. They're going to get top tier 3 after already clearing up the middle set of racks. They're going to get these. I mean,
she doesn't even have a buyback.
Yeah,
it's 2 sets of racks,
30 seconds.
And the Roche just respawned, which has Refresher Shard. Omni Knight, 4,000 gold. You can just buy a. If he wants, he can buy Aghanim Scepter, use it twice, and they just wipe the Raxus, and that's pretty much it.
That's very true, actually. You can defend that way if need be. So Roshan being up. They've got the 2 set of racks, though. Total control for NewBee. They're going to spot Roshan. Going to spot that Refresher Shard sitting on him. And yeah, you look, the lead again just continues to grow. Yet again, the biggest lead they've had so far. Look what what's being built on Medusa, by the way. Yeah,
she just finished Mjolnir, and if she sells Mask of Madness, she has enough gold to buy a full rapier. I mean, she's not contested in fights. They're not dealing any damage.
So why not? I mean, MKB you were talking about earlier could potentially be just maybe the safer route, but well, hey, let's have some fun here. I don't mind it. Press Triple C, yeah, you know, he's not worried about dying, especially with the Omni Knight support and the way this game's looking at this point.
I'm only down for a rapier.
Of course. And that will be a Roshan attempt now. So if you're Vici, I mean, I know this is not a good fight, but I almost want to. Do you have to try to defend?
Yeah, it's the fight they need to take.
They're not even trying though.
Yeah, it's being pinged out. I'm not sure they have enough time to actually get there.
You look at Sand King, he's gonna be distraction if anything. Nearby, he blinks away. Medic field even put down to zone them out. You have Lone Druid pushing out the top lane, of course, during this. Here we go. Gonna try to make it close. Sand King's done. Sand the BKB is being popped all over the place. Davis is picked up by S-Triple-C. Stonegaze on to Brewmaster. As soon as he jumped in, he couldn't even get off his promise. Okay, maybe he could. He actually gets it off the last second. Ori. Exorcism very defensively. BKB sitting back there. He's being run down by Moogie with his own BKB. Brewmaster, well, one cruising left to be in the Earth one. You see the Winter's Curse blocking down Moogie a little bit longer. Will allow Deathprop to get away initially, but the Glimpse back brings him right back in. The Spirit Siphon taken out, but that should eventually be a kill on Ori as it comes back down from the Yules. They took out Disruptor. They lose two, though. They still have the Aegis on Medusa, of course. And guess what's being delivered?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
They lost the top Raxes, though. Lone Druid was there and managed to take down half of the tower HP. But what's going to happen next? I mean, they can't take this fight anymore. Medusa, Rapier, and Aegis. Do they have a cheese?
Was they used last fight? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they used 2 cheeses last fight.
And who has the shard? Do we know? Not sure as the shard. Maybe it wasn't even used during the fight, but yeah, Heart on Razor right there as they're pushing in. Obviously a last stand of sorts for Vici Gaming, but Newbee looking too strong, honestly. Tier 4-1 goes down. The second one's still alive, but as Triple-C just wrecking everything that comes in range of a split shot, including the Lone Druid Bear. The first one's dead. He spawns a new one. Does Lone Druid himself. Young 11 even tries to poke in, but he's just having to run away now. You see well plays coming out from KP. He knows this is the beginning of the end indeed. Young 11 pops a BKB. GGs are being called. It's official. Newbee going to the finals here of the Perfect World Masters. Vici Gaming will drop down to the loser finals to play later on today.
Yeah, seems like the opening Razor and Omni Knight, it does not lose. Yeah, it's good. Plus, they went for even more late game with Medusa. They just needed to buy more time to Medusa to come online and farm some items. At one point, it looked like Vici could take those fights, but a couple of mistakes just feels like a miscommunication a couple of times when they try to